let's not talk about this cat anymore that really does not love, definitely not me. Like, this cat actually makes me feel depressed. Every time I see this cat, it runs away. Like, I did the worst things to her. Well, all I've ever tried to do is be nice to this stupid animal. She's so nervous, man.
Like, she was a street cat. Like, I found her backstory. She, like, lived on the streets for 4 years before she was picked up to go to the Humane Society. And so it's like, she's scared of everything. Like, she's a survivor, right? She knows how to survive. So, like, anytime she hears a noise, she just, like, does this little motion. Just like, so there'll be, like, a loud bang. She's just like kind of ducks down. And she looks around a little bit, and then she once she realizes that she's got a second, she runs off.
Yeah, amazing animal.
She's nervous, but she's really sweet, man.
All right, guys, I think it's time to cast some StarCraft because talking about this cat already makes me sad when I think about it. This freaking cat.
You know what? At least she's not fat like your fat doggy.
Yeah, well, at least he's fucking awesome to cuddle. Don't make fun of my dog.
Your dog's fat.
Yeah, my dog is awesome, so it doesn't matter. Let her be fat, at least he's happy. Unlike your cat who hates the world. I'd rather have a fat dog who's really happy than a scared kitty who hates everybody.
Kitty doesn't hate everybody. She just hates most people. She's like me, man.
Elfi is scouting out with his first probe. No Forge yet, so it's going to be Nexus first. He did see the timing of the spawning pool and realized that he has nothing to worry about, at least for now. Does a reasonably good job in blocking the head so far. He's even going to drop the Pioneer, so he's going to delay it a little longer. Has to be quite annoying for Storm.
Now, Elfi is a famously fast player. If we check out the APM tabs, we can see that he is continuing to live up to that reputation.
Yeah, Blizzard actually adjusted the way that APM is measured because Elfi was just off the charts.
Yep. Yep. Blizzard actually changed APM. It's basically twice what it used to be, and we can see that Elfi is he's still fast at about 107 APM.
You know, the first time I ever saw Elfi was in 2006 when I played a European Warcraft 3 Battle.net Invitational, Season 4 in Stockholm. And I saw this little weird Finnish kid who was sitting with a cap. He was like 14 years old, and I've never seen anyone play so slow in my life. And then I saw that he was in my group. I was like, ship it! And then we played and I lost 0-2. I was like, oh my god, I'm so awful. Actually, it was 1-2, but yeah.
Elfi's that guy that puts his feet up on his desk and has his keyboard on his lap, and he's like got his mouse on his leg.
But he beat everyone in the group back then, man. He even beat, I think, Sasa and Glaive. It's the first time I ever saw Elfi. I was like, man, this kid is so slow, so awesome. He's in my group. And
Cannon's a little bit late, but he does have a full wall off, so he's going to be fine. No. Oh, actually.
Ooh, that's a little bit annoying.
Actually,
but it doesn't matter.
That's really frustrating.
Well, I mean, if he's going to lose his pylon, it's going to matter, but 2 probes should... Actually, this indeed is annoying.
Wow, he's going to lose the pylon, dude.
That is pretty annoying.
Poor Elfi. He's so mad right now.
No, Elfi actually never gets mad. I was just like,
oh, and I was going to lose the other pylon.
No, he's going to have a Zealot in time.
Oh, there's 3 Zerglings in my base.
So for all the good little harassment he did early on with blocking the headshot and even dropping the pylon and stuff, and in my opinion doing that all pretty well. Things are kind of evened out right now, so I'm curious to see how Storm is going to follow this up. How ironic is it, Ben, that we cast one of the first Heart Storm tournaments, at least that we do.
And it's a PvZ on Daybreak.
And it's a PvZ on Daybreak. I'm so excited. And then again, I have to admit that Daybreak is a lot more fun these days because you actually have Tempest.
Yep, it's substantially better matchup in Heart of the Swarm than it was at the end of Wings of Liberty. I would definitely agree with that. Good job by Storm keeping these Lings alive for a long time. He's going to try to get one more probe. I don't think it's going to happen. Elfi's
really losing quite some mining time there. And this might not all seem that major, guys, but it's really annoying because you're also focusing on this a lot. So it's very likely that one of your pylons is going to be a little bit later, that you forget to chrono boost or anything. Just you also don't want to review your follow-up tag. So this is all really quite annoying for Elfi, and in my opinion puts Storm in a pretty good position. Needless to say, I think that Elfi is the favorite in this series because he's a much more known player. He's going to follow up with a Stargate, which goes down 6 minutes, 45 seconds. It's not super late, but it's also not the quickest Stargate we've ever seen.
And, you know, Elfi's reputation in Wings of Liberty was, you know, stay on 2 bases for about 30 minutes.
22.
And then attack.
22.
So I'm curious to see if that's changed at all in Heart of the Swarm or if he's going to be...
Didn't you have this epic game against Stefano once on Shakura's plateau?
He almost eliminated Stefano from Assembly with this ridiculous crap. Like he should have won 2-1, but he ended up kind of throwing the last game.
Storm sees everything. He sees the Stargate. He also sees the robotics facility. Does end up losing a few overlords here and there, so it's a little bit annoying. But I can imagine that this little gateway plus mothership core pressure is going to be too annoying. There's one queen, actually no second queen over here, and the bases are not connected on creep, so could have potentially been a little bit frustrating if he would have lost that first queen. He had no anti-air, but it's not going to happen. Of course, Elfi doesn't see what we see.
Storm actually looks quite good, man. I like the way he's played all of this. He's got a decent number of lings out. He will surround these units, forces the recall. Elfi does a good job of getting out of there.
Took absolutely no damage. He did, of course, make a lot of links, which slows down his economy a little bit. But that's not all that bad, because having all those speed links out on the map, it's kind of like a weird catch-22, or however you want to put it for his Protoss. It's like, let me force out all these Zerglings early on so you don't have drones.
Now, crap, he's got a lot of links.
And now it's like, oh, he has a lot of speed links. It's going to be really hard to secure my turret. It's like, you're not actually sure which way you want it. Of course, this is still good because you slow down his economy, but it also means that you have to be much more careful with expanding. And this is something that I've noticed a lot lately as I've been messing around with gateway expands.
I like the build we're seeing out of Storm. This is very in line with the current meta game. I think he's going to be making a little bit of a Hydralisk push, and as we can see, Elfi opening Stargate. Storm has read this perfectly. He's got Spore Crawlers down already. He's going to have a huge economy. He's got 9 more drones in production. That's going to bring him up to about 70.
If the Zerg player would have been a favorite in the series, I would have already said that this is like almost game over in a weird way. Now, of course, that's not the case, and Elfi definitely has something to work with, but this is really not a good scenario for Elfi. These Phoenixes are kind of late to the party. Yes, they did show up eventually, but it's kind of like when the party already died out because there's Spore Crawlers everywhere. Yeah. The Overlords are safe. Hydralisk are on the way. Now, if the Zerg is on low economy and Hydras kind of pop one by one, Phoenixes can be really awesome, and that's something that I've been doing a lot as well lately. Sometimes even getting +1 on Phoenixes. If Hydras spawn like by small numbers, you can really pick off a lot of them and slow down the Zerg. But right now, one Phoenix is going to die. That's a little bit sloppy by Elfi.
Now, one thing that Storm is doing is he's getting so many upgrades. He's getting Hydra range, Hydra speed, Roach speed, +1 armor. This is going to slow down that Hydralisk push a little bit.
Yeah, but are you sure that he even wants to push? Maybe it was more just to get some Hydras against the Phoenixes in case, and also just in case that Elfi wants to follow it up with 2 base play that he already has those Hydras.
I'd be pretty surprised if he didn't push. I mean, it's just...
but like, why would you want to push into a Colossus? That makes no sense.
Well, I don't think for starters, I don't think that he knows that there is Colossus tech.
Yeah, he saw the robo. He has to know. I mean, when a Protoss player scouts Hydras in this phase of the game, you will always make Colossus.
Yeah, well, we'll see what he does. What is typically happening in matchup these days is Zerg players are making this Hydralisk poke, and then they're transitioning right over into Spire. Now, the Spire never went down, and we've got heavy investment in the upgrades, as Elfi does lose a couple Phoenixes over the top of those. And Hydras are going to actually move out, so he's going to try and deny the 3rd base. What I guess he could be setting up for is his Vipers. He might just kind of push, see if he can delay this 3rd any further.
And he's going to get some Roaches as well, so now he definitely wants to get aggressive, because Hydras alone, obviously pretty awful against Colossus and Force Fields, but if you have a couple of Roaches in the mix as well to tank damage, it's going to be a lot better. Elfi had a lot of money as well, did not really spend his money properly. This Nexus is going to be cancelled immediately. Man, it doesn't look good for Elfi at all.
Yep. And a nice little push here. So I guess with no Spire down, he's probably going to drop that Infestation Pit, go up to Hive. Nope, now he puts the Spire down. So maybe he made a mistake. Maybe that's later than he thought it was going to be.
And Muda switch would really be good in this phase of the game as well. Of course, he's kind of low on gas right now, but if he starts saving up gas, I think it would be extremely good.
Well, yeah, if he's not investing so much in upgrades, he's got 1,000 gas right now. So this could have been an opportunity to hammer out 10 Mutas and attack the main. Oh, wow. Could he catch that Colossus? That would be crazy, but he's not going to. He's going to... Oh, maybe. Maybe Lings are going to... Man, Storm is playing excellent StarCraft, I got to say. As he does corner this Colossus, it looks like it will get away, but we've got another prong to this attack on the bottom side. He might once again cancel this hatchery. Mothership Core goes down. Storm surrounding the army of Elfi. He could possibly end this game right now. This is a lot of Zerg units. Spire is still finishing up, and he's banking a ton of gas. He will be transitioning. You know, he could still just make Corruptors. He doesn't have to go mute at this point.
True. He could pretty much do anything, but I would really like to see Muta, certainly because pretty much all of the Phoenixes died. Actually, only 1 Phoenix is remaining. It's over here on the left top side of the map. If he makes 10-12 Mutalists right now, there's, in my opinion, no way that Elfi's ever going to win this game.
Yeah, and Elfi's economy has just been absolutely gutted. No 3rd base means he's forced essentially to make a very, very late 2-base attack. And it's going to be almost impossible for him to get anything done with it. It will be Muta, 6 Mutas on the way. And all Storm has to do is sit back and make a good engagement. He is going to go ahead and jump onto this army. It's attacking up a ramp into a pretty narrow choke. Means he's going to lose a few units, but...
he's definitely in a position to lose a couple of units. I mean, Elfi's on 60 pros, which shows that it was never his intention to stay on 2 bases for this long. I really think like Phoenixes in that phase, when you're already like slowed down early on, it is really kind of hard to pull it off. You want to hide your attack immediately. Elfi is going to scout these Mutalisks right now, so he's going to drop a couple of cannons here and there. But even if all these Mutas do is keep the Protoss on 2 base, mission accomplished.
Yeah, I mean, every second that Storm isn't expanding or attacking is a second that he's not spending correctly. So looks like we will see another fight. Mothership Core getting picked off. Muta's trying to find those Colossi, but for now, Elfi doing a good job of sort of covering everything. This is a 140 supply Protoss army against a maxed out Zerg.
Gonna have 20 Mutalisks on the map soon. Of course, the best thing that Elfi could possibly hope for is just a straight up fight. Even that, I don't think he's gonna win. But if I was Storm, I would never ever go for that straight up fight.
And he's not going to. He's gonna trade, and that's gonna be the right choice, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Even if he loses everything back at home, he's going to completely cripple Elfi and force Elfi to win with the army he has out on the map, and I don't think that's a possibility.
Important is as well to know that he lost the Mothership Core, so there's not going to be any recall. Elfi will be able to save a lot of probes here. It seems like Storm wasn't paying attention to that regard. So Elfi will sort of be able to rebuild his stuff on the left side of the map, but there are so many drones scattered all over the place, so he could basically just drop 2 or 3 hatcheries on the right side of the map, and Elfi can never move out, because if he would move out, he would lose his remaining units / buildings to the Mutalisk. As we have 7 more Mutalisks in production, so it's going to go up to 22. Maybe 1 or 2 will die here in the process, but overall this is still a fantastic position by Storm in my opinion.
Yeah, almost enough Mutas to just kill everything by themselves at this point.
How many? 15 Stalkers, yeah. Not really something you want to do, because you don't have to, but he could.
But certainly the whole army, when it comes together, is not something that Elfi's going to be able to deal with. So great position here for Storm in this first game. A little bit of an upset already. Spire's going to be picked off before that +1 upgrade finishes, but it's not going to matter much.
Elfi is going to have to start building something soon, by the way, because there are not all that many buildings remaining. Ben, he still didn't build anything,
right?
Right?
The pylon.
Where? Yeah.
It's in the natural of Storm.
Oh, that was close.
Yep. So he gets it down at the last second.
Oh,
means he doesn't have money for a Nexus, though, Kev. So
he can cancel one of them, but that's so risky, because then you're putting everything down. Well, Storm is just going to go all out on the pylons. I'm not sure if that's the best move ever. Well, at least now he shuts down any chance of Elfi ever getting a normal economy, so I guess it was a good move. Yeah, it was fine. Oh, Elfi cancelling a pylon?
Yeah, and well, no, he's not going to have enough to build an expansion. So this is it, man. The final stand of Elfi here in game number 1. This pylon's going to go down. The second, actually, no, he's just going to suicide on the pylons.
Maybe he's going to make an assimilator somewhere? Yes, he already did that. So now the Colossus are going to be under a lot of fire instead. All the Mutas just right-clicking on these Colossus. Elfi killing a reasonable amount of units, but there's just an overwhelming amount of Zerg, man.
Yep.
Armies will burn.
Very well played by Storm. GG gets called. Elfi goes down 0-1.